Alright guys, one of my subs sent me this Ridgid wrench here and wanted me to do a review about it. And I'm going to go over a couple of things that it does. Basically it's a faucet wrench. You could use it for putting shower heads on. Basically it's designed for this type of valve right here, this compression valve. A lot of guys will use this copper coming out of the wall. They'll put in a scutcheon and then put this right on the copper coming out. And then there's lav riser, just a 12-inch lav riser, which that nut up top there will fit this. And then these two screw together. I believe this is for this also. And might be able to tighten up these nuts. I'm going to take it apart and we're going to go over it. And I got a faucet here, just a faucet with some different type of nuts. And I got some other devices that you would use for changing faucets. There's another thing from Ridgid here, which is a pretty cool tool. I'm going to go over that also. Obviously the Basin Wrench is the most popular, one of the most popular plumbing tools that you could have. Adjustable wrench. And there's another thing here that goes on the socket. A superior tool. This is pretty cool too. So you could put this up in there to tighten that nut up, or to get these nuts, to get these off. You could use this also. But I'm going to go over it. So let me get this thing out of the package and we'll take a look at it. There's a number there, model number 2002. Tech 60 sent me this, asked me if I'd do a review on it. So I didn't want to pull it out of the package until we looked at it, and you can see what it's used for, basically. 15/16. There's got to be that nut size there. So you could use it on toilets, probably on the 5/16 nut, closet bolts. Now here's that other tool I got right here, which is, I'm going to go over that with you. That's pretty cool. Other guys have done reviews on this recently, but I just wanted to throw it in on the video. You could see this here. If you want to get it up on there, you could tighten up that. You could tighten that nut up there. If these nuts here are just if you got regular copper supplies coming down, lav risers, you could use these nuts, or you could take these nuts off and just use a lav riser, braided lav riser, which most guys use. And you can see it here for tightening it up. Dual purpose. Alright, so let me get it out of the package and we'll go over it. Alright guys, so I got it out of the package, and this thing does screw together. If you wanted to put it in your toolbox like that, it does screw together. This part here, this end part here, would be that size right there for that nut. For tightening that nut up. Okay. Also work on the lav risers for that top nut there. Will also work for that. This nut here would be for like a toilet bolt, a 5/16 toilet bolt, 9/16. This is 5/8. This size right here is 5/8, so that's what this is for. See, this slips over. I'll tighten this up. There's the 5/8. Let's see, if you just got a 5/8 open end wrench, it would work the same. That's 5/8. That's the top one. Yeah, it's kind of a cool tool to have in your, in your toolbox if you needed it. Ridgid. It says Ridgid right there. Obviously the Basin Wrench is something that we use a lot for faucets. If I had to, this was up under the sink and I had to get it apart, and put the basin wrench up there like that, and grab those and take those, tighten them up or loosen them up, whatever you want. You can flip the head around. I use the basin wrench a lot. Okay, back that out, or back this nut out, whatever. This is another cool tool here. This has got notches. This has got notches that these different heads would fit in to backing them out. And this one here only has 2, but it would still work. You know, you could grab this with the basin wrench. That's usually what I use. If there was a nut up inside there, this end here, you know, can go right up there and grab that nut and take it off. Pretty cool little tool. This one here has got extensions. It's got a little 1/4 inch. I got a 1/4 by 3/8 on there, and if I need it, I could use this. I have this in the truck. I don't use it often, but I do have it. Here's another cool tool. This end here, you know, could put on there for taking off nuts. See how it fits in there nicely? Taking that nut off. See how the top is? This one would be if you had a double, if you had like a nut like this. This one here, boom, see it? You could pop this out. If you had a nut like this, grab it with this side. See this side? This is a nice little tool to have right here, so you could grab it. And a lot of times you grab this with the basin wrench, you'll snap these ears off, but this one works pretty good. That goes in there. That's for the nut. That nut there. Fits in there nice. This one also has an adapter. That goes in this end here. If you want it to hang on to basket strainers or tub drains, tighten up a tub drain. That slides right in there. This is a cool tool to have right here, this Ridgid. This is something that faucet and sink installer is what it's called. This is a cool tool right here. Like I said, I got this in the truck. I don't use it too often. Well, for getting faucets apart where they're hard. Sometimes they're corroded. Sometimes I'll have to go up there and cut these with my grinder. If I can't get them out, I'll, you know, just notch it with the grinder and put a screwdriver in there and pop it. Sometimes they're white metal and they're corroded on there. You can't get them off. But these are just some different faucet tools. This is the old standby, the old basin wrench. This is what I have in my kit. This is a brand new one. You can tell it looks brand new. It's not even rusty. Like, Mama, I got the cleanest tools on YouTube, Mama. I don't use them but in the backyard, Mama. This is another cool tool. You know, this basin wrench will do the job of all these put together. You know, obviously, and then you got an adjustable wrench for tightening up stuff like this with these nuts. Adjustable wrench. Basically, I just wanted to do a review of this tool here, which I think it's got its spot. You know, I kind of like the way this has got. This is, or you could use a 5/8 open end wrench, would work the same, but this thing will definitely work nice. And then that's the size there for that. I don't use these compression shutoffs all the time. I usually solder them on if I can, but there are times that I do use these. If the water's leaking by and I can't shut it off, I got these straight and angle. You know, open it up and the water's dripping by a little bit. I can put this on the copper and tighten it up if there's a little leak by, or I don't have to worry about soldering it. Sometimes I will use these. I use these on a toilet sometimes coming off the wall. I got deep escutcheons. Put the escutcheon on there, mark it where it needs to be, cut it and tighten it up, and then you put your supply up to the toilet. Use these on sinks, lab sinks, toilets, kitchen sinks. And then this is just a basic, you know, lab riser. I just put this stuff here for demonstrational purposes for you guys, so I could show you this thing. But I kind of really like this tool. This is a cool tool. This is a cool tool. You know, there's guys that just did videos on this recently. The Dirty Maintenance Show. Lance, he just did a video on this, which is a pretty good video. He's got the Dirty Maintenance Show. We're gonna go check him out. He's got some pretty good stuff. This is a nice little rig, I'll tell you. Sometimes these things can be a bear to get apart, but you know, this thing fits right in there nicely. On this end. This end here, the thing fits on there nicely. And it grabs all four of them, which is really an important thing, because sometimes these things can really give you a trouble getting off. This is a nice little tool, I'll tell you. And without those adapters in there, the thing's really light. I kind of like this thing. And like I said, this pot here is next level, mama, next level. This one goes over here. You can see this. It fits right in there. Fits right in there for backing it out. This is a nice tool, actually. I might start using this more. You know, for taking those nuts out, you can see these nuts fit in there nicely also. Yeah, these nuts fit in there. And then this here, again, this would be for either a tub drain, tightening up a tub waste and overflow, or a kitchen sink drain. Sometimes, you know, the basket strainer wants to spin. You want to take the nut off and the basket strainer will spin. That's what that's for. So this is a cool tool. Very cool. It would slide right on there like that. Or, like I said, a 5/8. That's 5/8 right there. This right here is a 5/16 closet bolt. 5/16 for the toilet, bolt to the toilet down. I believe that's what that's for. Alright guys, just a quick little review of some of the stuff that's you know, you could use for sinks. Like I said, someone sent me this to do a review on it. I really like this thing. I think this thing is worth getting if you're going to be doing a lot of stuff with sinks. It's kind of bulky. You know, I have a basin wrench in my toolbox that I bring in to do the work. If I have trouble with a sink faucet getting it off, I might go out to the truck to get this, but this is not something I would carry around. It's just kind of big. It's kind of big-ass, bulky thing, you know. I ain't got room in my toolbox. Then obviously the Douglas pliers, the old standby Douglas pliers. I use them all the time. Alright guys, hopefully I didn't bore you with this video. Just a little review and update.